When I'm painting, I'm infusing my energy and love into the work. It's just that simple. Whether I'm conscious of it or not, it's my intention. When people stand in front of it, I want them to feel joy, just full of joy. And color has the properties to do that, just like music does. What I like when I spin a painting or I pour a painting, even with the oils, when it's leading me along, it's like opening a Christmas present. It really is, because I don't know what it's going to become. I love to experiment, so I experiment with a lot of things. When I first started painting, I was doing acrylics, oil, and pastel. And I like the immediacy of acrylics, but the richness and color of oil is just so amazingly beautiful. And so whenever I leave it, I always come back to it, to the oils. When I'm painting with oils, I'm more in control of how the imagery is going to work. What I like about the acrylic, is I create serendipitous moments where if I'm pouring or splashing or things like that, it creates form that I could not begin to create using my hands, directly manipulating the paint. So I paint with a palette knife. I like it. When I first started, I used to use brushes, and the brushes are interesting because you can create a lot of different textures and things like that, but for some reason I just love that palette knife. And I try to start with a brush, and pretty soon I have that palette knife up there and I'm pushing the paint back around again. I also use my fingers a lot with oils. You know, it just feels good, and you can create some interesting shapes and forms that way. When you paint spontaneously, there are some really interesting things that happen, and they're quite beautiful, and I think they're probably more inspired. If I'm more in touch with my spiritual or higher knowing, that's what I'm allowing to happen or come through.